So, have you watched The Serpent on Netflix? You know, that true life story about the serial killer that targeted tourists and travelers? Well, if you had watched that and are now having a little second thoughts on traveling on your own, I want you to watch this video because there's a lot that we can take away from that show and turn it into learning. So, hi there. If you don't know me yet, I'm Jen. I'm the owner of Launch Your Travels. It's where I teach people how to plan and take their own trips. I'm also hosting my own curated small group tours starting in 2022. Now, first thing I want you to know after watching that, yes, it's true. Yes, it's got all these things associated with it. But the chances of you actually coming in contact with a serial killer, very low, very, very low. Now, there are things that can happen that happened on this show, the way that they did things. That can happen to you, when you're out and traveling and also in your own backyard. So there's a lot of things that we can learn from this show to travel safer and smarter going forward. I have 6 things that I took away from this show, and I'm going to tell you those now so you can put these into practice if you haven't already. Now, first thing we want to remember is we want to travel with enough money. Now, I know there's a lot of people that go out there and just, make it go by, because a lot of the people in that show were, people that were on the hippie trail and traveling with very little money. And yeah, when you don't have a lot of money, or if you're on a really strict budget, you can be lured into accepting some generosities that some strangers are giving you. So be very careful on what you're accepting, and don't be desperate. Have that cash with you, and then you're able to get your own place. You're able to say no, and then just move on your way. So travel with the amount of money that you need for your trip. Next, you want to bring an emergency credit card. Now, this credit card, you want to have enough credit on it to be able to purchase a flight home from wherever in the world. Now, this is just for emergencies. Keep this on you. Get that little hidden bag underneath your shirt and keep it in there. That way you can just go straight to the airport if you need to and be able to purchase a ticket right at the counter. Now, it doesn't matter, put it on there. You can pay it off later, but that way you have an exit route. Next, you never want to let someone else handle your passport. Now, like we saw in the movie, some of the things that he did was that he took the passports of the people that he was, that they were staying with, because he had a safe. It's very safe. You don't want to leave it out. So those people trusted him enough that they gave him their passports, or sometimes he just took them. And you want to be able to not have anyone touch your passport. Again, keep that passport hidden with you, on you, all the time. If you are staying in a hotel that has a safe and you don't want to be carrying around your passport during the day, first off, you want to see, is that safe attached to something? Sometimes you go into some of these places in different parts of the world and the safes are you just lift them up and people can take them with them. So make sure it's bolted down, and then make sure you lock it and keep everything safe in there. Next, you don't want to take your eyes off your drink ever. Now, this is a really hard one because you get very complacent. As you saw in the show, one of the main things that he did was to put drugs or medication into the drinks that of his victims. So it's very hard, because you see one of the girls in one of the episodes where she was at the bar with two guys, and she had her drink with her, but she just turned around to look at what was going on in the bar, and in goes the drug. So it's super fast, super quick. When you are getting drinks in a bar or anywhere, in a restaurant or wherever, you get it yourself. go up and get the drink yourself, watch them make it, and then hang on to that. Don't put your drink down on the table, look around. It's very quick and very easy for someone to put that in there. Always have it with you and in front of you. Another thing that you can also do is just order a bottle of beer or one of the bottle drinks. That way you can just have your finger over it, or I usually pop a straw in it. I don't drink beer. I drink the bottle drink sometimes and pop a straw in there, and it's a lot harder for anyone to put anything in that. Also on that note, watch how much you're drinking, because the more that you drink when you're out in unfamiliar places, you are going to be distracted and you want to have a good time, and people see that. So they will take advantage, and you want to definitely keep the amount of drinking you're doing to a minimum. There's, times if you're out with friends, always have someone that's not drinking just to take care of everyone. But other than that, watch how much you're drinking. It's okay to have a glass or two and then be able to still know where you are, how to get home, and have all your senses available to you. And then the fifth one I have is listen to your gut. Now, this one it's more of a trained thing, because we can feel like something's a little off, but we kind of just ignore it most of the time. You don't ignore those things, especially when you're traveling. Now, when you feel like this guy's a little weird, or this person's a little weird, or I'm not feeling very comfortable here, definitely just make your excuses. Even if you do it like covertly, say, oh, I got to go to the bathroom. Go to the bathroom. Don't go to the bathroom. Go out the front door. So just get out of the situation. Start talking to someone else, or talk to someone that works there, the bartenders or waitresses or anyone else, and then just get them to get you out of there, or just get out as fast as you can, because there's no point. Listen to your gut. There's a reason why gut instincts are there, and it's there to protect you. So get out of there as soon as you're feeling very uncomfortable. It's very easy for especially North Americans to be polite all the time. So don't worry about being polite. I know me and a lot of women that I know were always taught, oh, you should be very nice to everybody. Sometimes you just have to be a jerk and just get out of there, make a scene, whatever, and just leave. Now, the sixth and final thing is that you don't want to rely on your government to find you. If something does end up going wrong, your government is not always going to be looking for you. A, they may not know that you're missing. B, they don't know where you are and what you've been doing. The people that are going to be raising the alarm are usually your family back home if you're traveling on your own, or people that you're traveling with. Now, you always want to make sure that you have written somewhere or tell people where you went and when you're expected to be home, especially if you're traveling on your own. If you're going out at night or just during the day, you can always just pop a little note and, just say where you're planning on going and when you're planning on coming back, and just leave that on your bed or leave it on the table or whatever. That way, if something does happen, they at least have a starting point for where you are. You can also mention that to family back home. You can just give them a text and let them know where you are. Also sign up for your government's program. So one is the Canadians Abroad program. That way you are able to sign up for government stuff, and they know that you're at least in the country. So they'll be able to have some leads on that as well. So I hope this makes you feel a little bit more comfortable about traveling on your own and traveling without a group. That way, things can always go wrong wherever you are in the world, even at home. But if you are just taking a few of these things into, your brain and using these, you're going to be feeling a lot more secure and a lot more safe. Now, if you do still have a few hesitations and worries about traveling on your own, I did create a course exactly for this, because I had a lot of worries when I first started traveling on my own. And I made a course all about overcoming the fears of traveling alone. Now, if you want to check that out, you can definitely go to my website and and it's in the program. So I have a lot of courses on there that you can check out. I'm also going to pop this down in the comments below that you can click on and get straight to that page. Now, if you like this video, please let me know in the comments. And if you have any questions, pop those in there as well. I would be happy to answer them for you. If you like it, give it a like. And I will be here next week as well. So come back, and I have a whole host of different travel videos and travel topics that I'm going to be talking about. So I hope you guys have a wonderful Saturday, and I will see you next time. Bye.